90% of my clothes are now gone. And it feels good to say. So, if you've been around here a while, you will know that overconsumption is quite the norm here, whether that have been like my cloth diapering stage where I was just buying all the diapers, buying all the prints, trying everything out. Trying everything out isn't even the word. Collecting mass amounts of cloth diapers was a thing. And also, you guys know, you guys are around here now for my book related content. My book collection has gotten absolutely insane. If you saw my TBR, which is to be read, at the beginning of this year, I had over 300 books that I had not read on my shelves needing to read. And the weight of overconsumption has finally taken its toll. And I am actually starting decluttering with my clothes. Slowly but surely, I will be decluttering and focusing on slow living and making memories and all of that good stuff, because I feel like I am in the deep end. My mental health has gone downhill because of my overconsumption in a lot of areas of life. So we are going to be slowing down, we're going to be decluttering, we're going to be just enjoying the moment and getting back to square one. As you guys saw and heard, the first place I decided to start decluttering was my closet and my clothes. Now, the reason I decided to start off there was because this is something that is very easy for me to declutter and go through and all of that good stuff. Clothes, to me, I wear the same clothes over and over and over again. And it's been said that, the average person just kind of goes through a cycle of wearing the same clothes over and over again. And that is what I do. And I also have had 2 kids in 4 years. So my body has been fluctuating and my clothes have just kind of been all over the place as far as what's been cycling through and everything like that. So I know I have a lot to get rid of in this section. So I thought it would be the easiest place to start because there were clothes that I needed to get rid of for more than one reason. So I dove on in and I just started going through my clothes. I started sorting them and going through by what I was keeping, what I was going to be donating, and what I was going to be tossing. And yes, I said tossing because I am not going to be donating underwear. I am not going to be donating things with holes in it or things with too much wear or anything like that. As you can see, the start of my closet isn't all that bad. But there is stuff in here that I need to part with. Like I said, I wear my favorite clothes all of the time, so that just leaves all of my other clothes to essentially just be sitting in the closet and taking up space. Not only take up space physically, but also take up space mentally as well, and we will talk about that a little more later. But as you can see here, I went through and dumped out every single bin in my closet to sort through them, just ensuring that I was going through literally everything. While I was going through my clothes, I did find myself having a hard time parting with certain items, so let's talk about them. The first one is going to be clothes that hold memories. Now, as far as clothes that hold memories, I do have a shirt from a marathon that I ran. I do have a jacket from a half marathon. I have just clothes from different races that I ran. Before I had kids, was a runner and love running and participated in all of these races. And from that, I just acquired so many different shirts and jackets and medals and all of that good stuff. So I do have a lot of that stuff. I also have a lot of my college stuff. So I played college softball, so I do have shirts, I have shorts, I have all of that stuff. Now, with clothes that hold memories, I decided to let go of the ones that don't fit anymore, which was the grand majority of them, because I do have pictures of these events. I do have pictures of when I was in college, and the clothes, while the clothes hold memories as well, the clothes aren't necessarily the things holding the memories, it's my brain that is. So if I ever want to look back on something, I have those memories. I also have pictures of these things, and the clothes are just sitting here taking up space. and it's just not worth keeping to me. So that is what helped me through, you know, parting with those items. The next items I found myself having a really hard time getting rid of were like name brand items and clothes that I knew were more expensive. I had Nike sweatpants that were like fuzzy, but I don't love the way they feel on, and they just make me sweat so bad. Like, they are just like the fuzziest sweatpants, and I can't wear them because I just sweat in general. It's just how I am as a person, and wearing these sweatpants just makes me sweat 20 times more, and they're uncomfortable. And the fact that I was thinking of holding on to them just because they were expensive, and then other items that just no longer fit. Like, I had some pink athletic wear, I had some Victoria's Secret athletic wear, and just thinking of holding on to these things because of how expensive or they had a name brand was just, it's kind of mind-boggling to me now that I sit here and think about it, but it is something I had a hard time with in the moment, and just wanted to throw it out there because I'm sure if I have these thoughts, I'm sure other people are having these thoughts as well. There is no point in holding on to these things if I am not going to wear them, or if I do not fit in them. Not a point to have it in my closet. Moving on down the line here is clothes that I absolutely loved, but they don't fit. So I am a dress person. I love dresses. You won't see me in dresses often right now, but my ideal wardrobe would essentially be dresses. Now, before I had kids, you would find me in a dress all the time. That is essentially what I wore, and like I said, I absolutely loved it. But I had favorite dresses that didn't fit, that I was thinking of holding on to. For what reason, I don't know. I don't want to have cute clothes in my closet that don't fit. I don't know. And I'm not someone who wants to hold on to something to be like, oh, when I get down to the size. I don't necessarily care to get down to any size. I was, I think, like a 2 or 4 in high school, and then later on in my college days. But like, I don't necessarily need to get back down there to be happy and healthy. And, you know, I'm not going to hold on to something that I may possibly never ever fit in again. And I am okay with not fitting in it. So why not pass it along to somebody else who could use it and love it? And I could always try to find that clothing item in my size. And if I don't, I don't. I can move on. I can find, you know how many clothes are out there that I could, you know, find and absolutely love? There's no point to me holding on to clothes that don't fit and could possibly make me feel sad for not fitting into it. There's no point in that. No point. So those needed to go. And last but not least, it's gonna sound so silly, clothes that had tags on them. They still have tags on them for a reason. I wasn't wearing them. I never wore them. It has tags on it because I never felt the need to wear it. I never wanted to wear it. Therefore, it needs to go. There is no room in my closet for things that I don't absolutely love, that I don't absolutely want to wear all the time. So those ones also made their way out, but I found myself having such a hard time getting rid of them just because they had tags on them. So those were just some of the reasons why I found myself having a hard time decluttering some of my clothes. And like I said, this wasn't an easy place for me to start decluttering because I knew I was okay with getting rid of a lot of clothes. And the fact that I still had a hard time getting rid of some stuff, I was like, I want to mention this because I am sure there are more people out there that have a similar feeling that I do. So I wanted to share that with you as well. Along with my clothes, I also did declutter shoes, sandals, boots, and all of that good stuff too. I saw a statistic somewhere that stated a single person on average had a total of 25 shoes. What in the world does any single person need 25 shoes for? Now, I know there are people that absolutely love shoes out there. My mom is one of them. She has like a part of her closet that is completely filled with shoes. I am not that person, so I feel like I have an easier time with this. Not knocking on anybody that, you know, has that many shoes, but I'm just not a shoe person in general anyway, so that kind of like blew my mind. But anyway, I pulled all of my shoes out of my closet, and what I did was I pulled the easiest ones first to let go of, and then I kind of did a process of elimination. So I ended up keeping one pair of snow boots, one pair of longer boots, one pair of shoes, and then one pair of sandals. and then a nicer little pair of sneakers, and that literally covers me for everything. And I know that's still kind of a lot of shoes to keep around, but I want to see how this works out and then continue to eliminate maybe more down the line. But after all of that decluttering, here is the result. Everything is back in its appropriate bin. I was even able to combine bins and free up some space, which just feels absolutely amazing. And as far as the items that I removed, the white trash bag and the white tote are trash. The big black bag is full of clothes that will be donated and hopefully find a new home. As soon as I was finished, these bags were tied up and brought downstairs, and the trash was taken literally right out to the trash can, and the donations were thrown right into the car, and Dave, my husband, drove them right to the donation center. Now, if I didn't do that, I knew these bags would be sitting here forever. So I made that part of the process as well, taking it right out to the trash, taking the donations, and at least putting them in the car so that when I drove by I could drop them off somewhere, and not, having them sit up in my room forever. And even just sitting in the car is better than sitting in the room here. So if you are decluttering, don't leave your stuff just in a bag somewhere. Take the trash out and also put the donations in the car. That way, if you go by somewhere, you are ready to go and everything is not decluttered and just kind of sitting in the house still forever. I've done that before, and I've actually taken things out of bags, and take it from me, it doesn't work out. While this has totally transformed my closet, I am definitely not done, and I am so happy to say that. I do have a little ways to go with my closet, and I do have some long-term goals that I want to share with you guys for my closet so that you can stick around and see how this evolves and how, everything kind of transforms as I go through my decluttering and, journey. I don't want to say journey. It kind of is a journey, but my decluttering process and my process of slowing down our lives. So my goals for my closet. My number one goal is to one day have just clothes I absolutely love, like every single piece be something I want to wear every single day, that fit super comfortably, that I just love looking at and, I love wearing. That is a goal of mine. Right now, I am still kind of trying to figure out my style, what I like, what I don't like, what fits right on me, what doesn't fit right on me, especially my body postpartum. And as my body continues to evolve and, just have pieces that I absolutely love. That is my goal one day. Goal number 2 is quality over quantity. I am someone who will buy something cheap if I think I'm gonna like it, and eventually it will fall apart or get holes or deteriorate, or and I am someone that has a very hard time spending money on something for myself. Like I said, I am a mom of 2 and I have a husband, and I always am someone who has a hard time purchasing just more expensive things for myself. But sometimes the price and the quality of something is worth it, and it is something that I have to prioritize for myself when I do find something that I love and would be a good quality piece and that would hold up for a decent amount of time. That is something I am going to have to work on. Because like I said, I am someone who I love saving money everywhere I can, especially when it comes to my own personal things. So that is going to be a hurdle that I have to get over, but I am going to be working on that one. It would also be really cool to just have good quality pieces. That way I don't need so many pieces, or I'm not cycling through pieces very frequently, and I can really truly have the pieces I love for a long time, which kind of leads into the third long-term goal I have, which I think is kind of one of the biggest ones, and that is I would love one day to have a 10-item wardrobe. Now, I first saw this talked about over on Madison Gray's channel, and I will link her channel down below in case you have not heard of her. She is absolutely amazing. I love her videos on slow living and minimalism. I think she is amazing. And also, when you think of slow living and minimalism, or when you hear about it, I feel like sometimes you hear about it from people who don't necessarily have children. Or, I don't know, that's kind of what pops up most often for me. But she has 2 children of her own. She has a 3rd on the way, and I just love her content. So I will link her channel down below, but that would be like my ultimate goal. Of course, I do have more than that now, as you guys saw, but that would be like the ultimate goal. But anyway, in case you couldn't tell, this is just the beginning for me, and I'm excited to see where I take this and how it completely transforms my life. I can tell you, just even the feeling of having everything out of this room, everything in my closet organized, and just looking at my closet the way it is now, just feels like a breath of fresh air. It already feels like a big weight lifted off my shoulders. So I cannot wait to continue decluttering and continue to try to slow down the pace of our lives, because I have been noticing, even in the very, very little things of everyday life, that I always just felt rushed, and I wasn't able to take in the simple daily tasks and just enjoy them the way that they're supposed to be enjoyed. But anyway, like I said, this is a start. This is the very beginning. If you are interested to see more of my decluttering journey, make sure to stick along. And for those of you that are here for my book journey, we're still going to be doing that, so stick around. Stick around. I promise. We will still be talking about books. But I wanted to share this aspect of my life as well, because like I said, I just already feel a huge weight lifted off my shoulders and can't wait to see where this takes me. But anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are someone who is also very mindful about what you keep in your closet and slow living and things like that, I'd love to hear from you down below. How has it changed your life? I want to know every single detail. Make sure to leave that down in the comments below. Thank you guys again for sticking with me. I appreciate each and every single one of you so much, and I cannot wait to share more with you guys. Thanks guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys soon.